I don't
And
know,
we are
Marty. I think
live.
your big candy cane would fit into my holiday tightness.
Merry,
Oh, are we
Merry, Merry
live?
Christmas. Yes, we're live. I told you we're live.
Oops. It's
Jesus
cherry
Christ.
flavored.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Anywho, good evening. Welcome to another Festive Flicks stream where myself and Jen take a look at some of our festive favorites. And tonight we're looking at a adaptation of a classic Charles Dickens story with a twist. We're looking at 1988, a offering from Richard Donner. We are looking at Scrooged. And yeah, this is an interesting one because this is Bill Murray's first movie after a 4 year hiatus. He
Mm-hmm.
stopped acting for a while after Ghostbusters. He got overwhelmed by it. And he came back and he starred in another movie about ghosts. So yeah,
Seems
it's
to be his
it's
brand.
it does seem to the marketing loved it. The marketing loved it. I'll just show you a poster that the marketing actually kind of just they fucking went with it. And yeah, again, I love that slogan. Bill Murray is back among the ghosts. Only this time
This
there's no one to call. I like
that's
that.
cute. That
That's
is cute
cute.
marketing.
That it's clever marketing. It's very clever marketing. But yeah, this was Richard Donner. You know, he's done the Lethal Weapon movies. He's
And
no
the
stranger.
omen. And the
Andy
omen.
Omen, as Jen would point out, he is no stranger to horror or anything supernatural. He even done a couple of great episodes of Tales from the Crypt
Mm-hmm.
that Jen reviewed. If you get a chance, check out Jen's channel to check out her reviews of that. And yeah, this is a really interesting and fun adaptation of the classic Christmas Carol tale, and somewhat meta as well. It's set in a kind of television production company that's trying to do their own production of Scrooge, and you have Bill Murray as Frank Cross, the youngest ever executive television executive, who is essentially our answer to Scrooge in this. And there's a great cast. You've also Alfred Woodard
Mm-hmm.
as Grace.
The
You've Karen
secretary.
Allen, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
as his secretary. Basically, the Bob Cratch of this movie. You have Karen Allen, who you know as Indy's love interest, as Bill Murray's love interest, Claire. A whole host of comedy fucking legends: Bobcat Goldthwait, Michael J. Pollard,
Carol Kane.
uh, Carol Kane as the Ghost of Christmas present.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's just a fun movie.
It is.
Uh, when did you first see this, Jen? When was your first experience with this?
I was probably about 8 or 9 when I saw this. I caught this on HBO and I liked it because, everyone loves Bill Murray and I knew who Carol Kane. I knew most of the people in this movie, so it was right up my alley. And I liked it. And I liked and even as little kid Jen, I know this is going to shock you and probably everyone watching, was a pretty cynical kid and not much for Christmas. So I liked that there wasn't this as syrupy as some adaptations are. I would, even as a kid, I didn't like the syrupy, sweet, holly jolly goodness. I liked that this one had a little bit of a bite to it. And I liked Bill Murray because he really is the 80s answer to Ebenezer Scrooge. He's 80s answer to Ebenezer Scrooge. So I
Is
liked it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, Frank Cross is brilliant. I'm nearly 100% sure that maybe 70 to 80% of his lines Murray ad libbed. It's some of his reactions and stuff. It's like it's gold. That's lightning in the bottle. And the fact he came back after a hiatus of acting and give us this. Even though, as Jen pointed out, Jen dug up a whole host. You know, Jen's called Jen's reviews from the grave because she digs up shit as well. She might make you might just think, right, that Jen is one of these lowbrow fucking horror YouTubers, but she's actually a fucking cinephile herself. She just won't say that in case she's ousted, in case she's thrown out of the tribe. But Jen dug up a whole host of information that I couldn't find on this, particularly a wee bit of animosity between Donner and Murray.
They did. Bill Murray did a quote that said, "Oh, because I can't remember who was interviewing him, but somebody was interviewing him, and they asked him, "Did you all have butt heads on the set?" And Bill Murray goes, "Oh, a couple of times, the whole time that we were filming." I mean, it was pretty much the whole time they were filming. And Donner, for some reason, and I don't know why, but he kept telling Murray to be louder. And if you notice, now that I think of it, he does talk like, there's sometimes where he's really shouting
He's
and
shouting and screaming. His
yeah,
dialogue is almost done in a fucking oratory kind of tone.
yeah, and
And
it makes sense knowing that little piece of information. It kind of gives you a new context to that information. And they just didn't like each other very much. And they did not have it's weird because Murray said, it's too bad too, because the script was so damn good. But I don't think this was a particularly fun experience to be worked. And he's got his brothers on set, and him and Carol Kane, I believe, were there's a couple people that he's friends with that got parts in the movie. And you think it'd be a real fun, and it's a comedy, so probably a lot of laughter's behind the scenes. Not so much.
in fairness, Murray is a prick. Well, last week we were discussing
Chevy Chase.
another problematic comedian, Chevy Chase. Murray isn't much better. What about Bob? As
God,
bad as
yes.
this could have been. What about Bob? Goes down in the annals of fucking history. I don't know. I think Richard Dreyfuss threw a fucking ashtray at
He
Murray,
did.
and yeah,
Didn't he knock him out for a second too? That's
yeah. But so like there's no surprise in that there might have been some animosity on the set, but you have absolute comedy gold here, and it's fun from the get-go. I was telling Jen, I wish movies nowadays did this, like RoboCop, like other stuff, had fake commercials or fake trailers for movies, because
Lee
that's how we open
Majors.
up. Yes, the night the reindeer died. So we open up and it's like Scrooged, and you're very Christmassy, kind of cliche Christmassy. You're going through the clouds over this pristine white landscape, and you arrive in Santa's. This must have been mind-boggling for someone who came in, right? You come in, you don't watch the trailers, you didn't see the poster, you just fuck it, I'll go see Scrooge. You come in and you see what could have been a classic, kind of like Tim Allen-esque or fucking Santa-esque movie, and then terrorists start shooting up Santa's workshop, and it's comedic fucking gold. All the elves have different personalities. There's the goth elf. For some reason, when Mrs. Claus screams, she looks like Gilbert Godfrey. Seriously, guys, brim up a screen cap of Mrs. Claus from Scrooge screaming, and you'll think it's Gilbert Godfrey. And it's brilliant because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, to no explanation, the character doesn't even have a name. He's just called Lee Majors. Lee Majors turns up with a minigun, and Santa's like, Lee Majors? And it's like, okay. And he gives such a cheesy line. Is there a back door? Oh, this is one time Santa's going to be going out the front door. Oh, come on, Santa.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. My life isn't worth a hill of beans, but the world, the world couldn't handle if anything happened to you. And then they're like, "Oh, Lee, you've been an awfully good boy this year."
Good boy. I love that. I love that. He's like, yeah, okay. I love how awkward that is. And then Robert Goulet's Cation Christmas
with the
and
gator.
It's Goulet on a raft. And it's like you don't know. Like, did they actually put Robert Goulet in the movie? Did they
in a tux, mind you, people? He's on a raft.
Did the studio make Robert Goulet go down? Yeah.
and the gators just following behind. Silver bells.
It's so funny. Silver bells. And every once in a while, Goulet look back at the gator. It's a great fucking. I'll tell you something. It catches your eye. This movie's, you're like, what the fuck? You know?
But the thing is another. This is kind of a time capsule because like younger viewers might not, but like even they were starting to phase them out a little bit when we were growing up, but they were still around to some degree. We had batshit crazy holiday specials, you know, the 70s and even a little into the 80s. You know, they were a different time on the. And remember, most of us just had three stations, so they had to. And there was some, there's a lot of really crazy specials if you do your homework and stuff, and it's funny.
It is. Hey, also, hello to Doc Kaiju. If you haven't checked out Doc Kaiju's channel, check him out. He's a man of mystery who wears a mask, but he's a fucking legend as well. So make sure you check out Doc Kaiju's channel. Great fucking dude. Thanks for stopping by, dude.
Thank you.
But again, hard cut. We're introduced then to Frank Ross, who's not impressed. He's not impressed with the lineup, and then he's shown the Scrooge promotion,
and it's like, very heartwarming with Mary Lou Retton as Tiny Tim.
But it's also good, and I loved it because it takes a lot to shock and kind of surprise Jen, and it's like also starring the Solid Gold Dancers, and Jen's like. What the what? How does Scrooge work with the Solid Gold? Like seriously,
it bothered me then, and it bothers me now, guys. Like I don't know, like it just doesn't fit in the story. Like I can get Mary Lou Retton as Tiny Tim. It's a good thing because he ain't got no good legs, and at the end they're gonna have a gymnast do all these. It's not just gonna be able to walk. I get that. The thing in me gets that. But this and Jamie Farr for some reason because everybody loves MASH, but like.
I'm Buddy Hackett as Scrooge. You're like, what the fuck is going on here?
But it's and then and I love Bill Murray, like the guy or don't like the guy, like his facial expressions are very telling, and he's sitting there and he's like, I have to kill all you people. We have to make people so scared that they can't miss the thing. And then he puts on his rendition of a Scrooge promo, which I told Marty that would have been something I would have done.
Yeah, little Ledger or Jen would have loved this commercial. It's like
I thought it was cool when I was a kid. I was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
Again, it's like something out of RoboCop. Acid rain, roving drug addicts, airline terrorists, freeway psychopaths, and this car pulls up and a dude comes out with a sawed-off shotgun. And you're like, what? Scrooge. And you're like, what? Look,
your
Jen,
life may just depend on
us. And I'm like, look, Jen, whatever about the Solid Gold Dancers, right? They at least they're wearing period accurate costumes, kind. Yeah.
I do remember anyone in Victoria and England having those short booty shorts and short coats with their tits, and remember they had to have their nipples covered later in the movie.
Look, Jen, to quote someone I really care and trust dearly, you weren't there. There was no mobile phones. There was no cameras on phones.
That's only when we're dealing with Mel Gibson, darling. That's only when we're working in Mel Gibson's world. Which this might be a good segue because I don't know where else to fit it. One thing I find interesting is Richard Donner, like you said, did the Lethal Weapon movies, and there's a lot. I wonder if he had a thing for for the Scrooge thing because there's a lot of Christmas elements in Lethal Weapon too.
Yeah,
it's just I wonder.
So now myself and Trenchy have this ongoing argument. Trenchy says that if Die Hard is a Christmas movie, so is Lethal Weapon.
Well, he's right. Okay, you're not going to like this. I like Lethal Weapon better. I'm a Mel Gibson girl. I love Bruce Willis. He fucking Death Becomes Her. He's fucking God in that. But I know he's problematic as a human being, but I just fucking love Mel Gibson. Apocalypto is fucking just
Die Hard's still a better movie. But yeah, there is a Christmas kind of theme with
You don't
Donner.
think Lethal Weapon is a Christmas movie?
Well,
Mr. Die Hard's a
no,
Christmas
hold on a
movie.
fucking minute now. Hold on. Right. So I'll explain to you. So my argument with Trenchy is in Lethal Weapon, Christmas doesn't advance the plot. Christmas isn't the reason for the plot. The plot isn't centered around Christmas, whereas in Die Hard it is.
It just happens to be on Christmas.
No, it doesn't.
Oh,
The
God.
reason McLean is there is to meet up with fucking Holly for the Christmas holidays to be with these kids. The reason the terrorists are there to take hostages at the Christmas party. They also know it's the best time to get to the vault. So
could have been New Year's. Could have been New Year's just as easily.
I love you, but fucking rev up and fuck off. I love you to bits.
You don't like Lethal Weapon, do you?
I do like Lethal Weapon. I just think that it is Christmas adjacent. It is not a Christmas movie, whereas Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Oh, Christmas adjacent. Oh, we're pulling out the big fancies for this.
Let's see. Doc Kaiju says, it's been 7 years since I saw Scrooged. It was my ex's favorite Christmas film and would have played it several times around Christmas every year. Yeah, it is. It is a kind of holiday staple, and like you said, it was played on HBO a lot. Semantics. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. But anyway, but another thing you pointed out as well, Jen. Donner's wife, Mary Lambert. Mary is what's her name? Mary Louise Lambert.
You mean not Donner's wife, Zemeckis' wife.
Zemeckis' wife. Sorry, apologies.
Yeah, no. She's in there. She plays one of the higher ups that Bill Murray kind of flirts with a little bit, and she also was in a lot of Donner's films.
Yeah, so they were obviously good friends, but yeah, so basically he's delighted with his promo, and everyone, bar one person, is scared shitless to fucking say anything.
I never got, because like seriously, when I was a kid, I thought that was the coolest fucking Christmas ad I'd ever seen in my life.
It probably has more to do with Christmas than Lethal Weapon, but like, you know.
No, I'm serious. That always puzzled me because I'm like, why don't they make Christmas things like this?
Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying, this is the kind
Okay. Actually, do you know what? I shouldn't be surprised. Give me 1 second. I want to.
What are we doing, darling?
I'm going to show you. Of course, this from a lady who mounts a skeleton on her fucking Christmas tree, so I shouldn't be.
Next year, you know what I'm actually thinking for next year's Christmas tree?
Go on.
I want to get a more realistic skeleton and kind of one with flesh on it and make it look like the necromantic one. I think that would be so cool. We can nail him on the Christmas tree. Nail him has a double entendre in this case because, nail him, but, also like the imagery of nailing because, necromantic.
Anyway, one of the chaps who isn't too keen on it is a Mr. Loudermilk, Elliot Loudermilk, and he is played to perfection by Bobcat Goldthwait. He is fucking brilliant in this. He's just this little fucking... Ironically, because because he was in the Police Academy movies and his best friend in those movies was Sweet Chuck. I don't know. I'm a bit of a Police Academy nerd. He actually looks like Sweet Chuck at the beginning of the movie. He looks like this little nerdy tweed suit wearing big brim glasses guy. And he's very kind of trepidatious about the commercial. And he goes up to Bill Murray and he's like, oh, I think maybe we can't do that. Maybe we can tweak it a bit. And Bill Murray's just humoring him because he just wants to get him out of there. And he's like, you know what? You're an okay guy. And in some ways, I think we're a lot alike. And Bill Murray's like, I love that bit. Also, hello to Cody Bishop in the chat as well. I never said hello to Cody Bishop. Apologies, dude. but what did you think of the interactions between Bobcat Goldthwait and Murray in this?
I think the interactions between them are just too, and people rolled like Bill, Bobcat Goldthwait always got a lot of shit, but he maybe he was a little low brow kind of humor, but he's a funny guy and he's an interesting person in real life, and I'm not afraid to say it. I think you got two comic kind of masters getting to play off of each other, and the reason why it works so well is they're enjoying it. They're both getting to play on their caliber, and it really works. And Murray's expression on his face are fucking priceless. And I like the naivete of Bobcat Goldthwait. And that's kind of a different role for him because he's a very sweet, nice guy. He goes over the edge toward the end, but who wouldn't? Got fired at fucking Christmas.
He breaks the archetype. Also, we have two other people just popped into the chat there. We have the always excellent, my fellow brother figure collector, the Horror Cat Dad. And also, guys, if you're still looking for more festive goodness later on, this sexy bastard, Larry, is hosting a watch-along of Bad Santa. So fucking check that out. I'll actually I'll drop a link to that actually in the description to this in the chat when we're done. He also quotes, this is great as well, because Larry caught it and I caught it as well. Being the yuppie that Bill Murray's character is, he's got all these quotes, and one of them, because his name is Cross, a thing you nail people to, and it's just, that was very fucking Gordon Gekko-ish as well. We also have Kal-El Daly. Hello, Kal-El. Great to have you here.
And yes, Cody's right. Bobcat Goldthwait did direct a movie about Bigfoot. Yeah,
I've not seen that one.
It's interesting. I'm not the person to ask because I'm not really too into the whole Bigfoot thing, but Sparky is, and Sparky likes it actually. But it will not be for everyone, even if you are into big feet, Bigfoot. Ugh.
If you like big penises, maybe check it out as well. I don't fucking know. Okay, Jesus, I've definitely been hanging around you too long. Anyway, so the bouncing back and forth.
Big penises, Marty.
Who else's do you like?
Just yours. Yours is big. Yours is a big penis. Yours is the only penis.
Liar. I mean, yeah, of course. But I digress. So, despite Frank's kind of coddling of Loudermilk, he actually fires him. And that's where we're introduced to Grace, Frank's secretary, played by Alfre Woodard, and she's great as well. I
like
always
you said,
worry.
The Bob Cratchit character.
Yeah, she's the Bobcat. She's the Bob Cratchit character of the story, and yeah, I always felt bad because I feel she gets overshadowed by Viola Davis, because I think a lot of people mix her up for Viola Davis because she gives off the same kind of energy and vibe.
And they're both great actresses. They're both great actresses.
Fantastic actresses. But I wish she was cast in more stuff because she's an excellent actress.
And she's a good straight man for Murray. She's a real good straight man for Murray. And the heart, and kind of her and Karen Allen are kind of the heart. I like her scenes with her kid and stuff, and it's very relatable. And when she's, after she's, dealt with Frank all day, she's going down the subway steps and she's talking to her son who doesn't talk, and she's like, "Yeah, I spent $200 on a man to tell me that you don't talk." And then but it's a very tender scene. She gets on her knees and she goes, "But yet," it's real sweet, but not saccharine.
No, it isn't, and it's as well. You really get the sense that this woman is fucking. She's carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders, but she hasn't let it destroy her yet, and it's nice as well. Even dealing with Frank shit, like where Frank is like, "Oh, you can't go home. We're working late. I work late. You work late, and if you work late, then I work late. And if I work late, I work late." I like that fucking spiel. And again, you really get the sense of the direction Donner was given to fucking Murray. Louder. Like his voice is going into a crescendo, but he's essentially kind of, he's kind of cracking under the pressure of this production as well, because this production is ridiculous. This is 80s excess. Oh
Yeah,
yes, we're going to be televising in Helsinki, West Berlin,
the
Africa.
Pope's gonna be baptizing people.
Yeah, I love how politically incorrect it is. Yes, it's going to be the first mass baptism of the Zulu nation, and you're like, wait, what? Oh, Acres of Movies. We got Acres of Movies in the chat. So Frank is on under. Oh,
They
sorry,
were
Jen.
I don't mean to cut you off. It's just they were asking a good question. Would Dan Aykroyd have done as well in the role of Frank?
I don't think so. I don't.
No,
No, Dan Aykroyd can do crazy. We've seen that with Nothing But Trouble, but I don't think
it's
he
a
can. I
different
don't
kind
know.
of crazy though. It's a
Yeah,
different. Yeah.
and he's not mean. Dan Aykroyd. I don't think Dan Aykroyd can do a mean character. Now maybe I'm wrong, but I
No,
just that's just me.
yeah, like you said, nothing but trouble. But even there, it's a different. You need a sarcasm, and that's definitely Bill Murray's forte. Like that's what you need for this kind of character, But still savable, still salvageable. Like the character himself is still there's still some humanity buried deep inside.
It's kind of it's one of those roles where the character the character doesn't see themselves going off the fucking rails, but we do. Whereas the character isn't aware of how eccentric they are. Whereas Dan Aykroyd's characters always know that they're going over the top and such forth. And I think it's I think it's a role that Murray just fucking aces, and it's built around him. I have a feeling that someone said, "Hey," when they came up with the idea for this, they were like, "We need Bill Murray for this, or else it wouldn't work." I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
No, I definitely agree because this just seems tailor made for his personality and his strengths as a comedian. And, like I said, and there's a heart there. I think that's why it works. If he was a complete and utter bastard, it wouldn't work. But you can see that deep down, and you can see that some of it is his way of, kind of.
Coping mechanism. It's coping. Yeah, deflection and a coping mechanism. So his boss comes to visit him. And I'm forgetting the actor's name now, but he was the actor who voiced Charlie in Charlie's Angels. And he's essentially the kind of Marley shoo-in. And he essentially tells Frank, look, the whole classic spiel about, you're going to be visited by 3 ghosts. You don't want to end up like me. And it's actually a rather scary scene. Whereas in all the adaptions, Marley would turn up and shake kind of his chains and stuff. This, you've got this really good prosthetic makeup of this zombie, if you will. And like Frank tries shooting him at first, and he's like, "Hey, shoot me if you want, but don't hit the vodka, Frank." And I love that. And there's even a play. There's even a play when, Scrooge is like, there's more of the grave than the gravy about you. With Frank is, you're just a figment of my imagination and hallucination brought on by Russian vodka that's been contaminated in Chernobyl. And I just love that fucking line.
It works. Cody's asking, what about Chevy Chase? I cannot talk tonight. Yeah.
I think it's
too much of a bastard, as I was saying. Now he wears his bastardism on his sleeve. And he can do heart, because we just talked about a movie where he can do heart as Clark Griswold, but there's more charm to Murray than Chevy Chase, and that's not throwing
even when Murray's been a bollocks, there's still a likability and a cheekiness to him, and that works. So he is essentially his boss tells him, look, you're going to be fucking visited by these ghosts. And what did you think of that scene as a horror aficionado yourself? I look, I know it's as tame as Care Bears in comparison to some of the stuff you saw, but
well, for one thing, I like Care Bears, but two, 80s baby. But two, the scene that I really liked is like right after he's done shooting them and stuff, and like, Bill Murray's just kind of looking at what's left of his former boss. There's a mouse in his head, and I love it. And the golf ball comes out of a hole in the back of his head. I still think that is such a fucking cool thing. Like, I always like it when maggots and things are coming out of a decomposing corpse. But this was tame enough for kids, but I thought, oh, that looked pretty fucking cool.
Like even when he's holding Murray out of the window and his wrist is snapping, and that again, I thought that was cool.
Skin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
thought that was cool. I thought that was cool as well. Again, we're toning it down, but we're going for a different audience. But Charles Dickens, what people forget is that he was, I don't know if he'd be now classified, but he was a bit of a horror writer. I mean, even Scrooged is a little bit of a, it's a horror story in a way. I mean, we got ghost and supernatural elements. People kind of remember more of the heart now, but like he also wrote some other stuff that was kind of hardcore. People only think of this one, but he wrote other things.
Yeah, there's another ghost story he wrote that that was overshadowed by Christmas Carol. I think it was New Year's Bells or the something bells or chimes. I forget, but it's a ghost story, and it's essentially overshadowed by Christmas Carol. Christmas Carol became basically a cornerstone of fucking contemporary literature, and the other one just fucking disappeared into the ether. And I think you need to keep that horror element. Now, I mean, even for kids, even something for kids such as the Muppets Christmas Carol, the ghost the Ghost of Christmas Future is intimidating. You still have the Grim Reaper Wraith and stuff. I love the version in this, but I'll get to that later on. But so he wakes up from an apparent dream, although he finds a fucking golf ball in his mouth, and his phone dials his ex-girlfriend Claire, played by Karen Allen. And again, I don't think there's a lad born that didn't have a crush on Karen Allen. She's super fucking cute in that first indie movie. She's cute in this. She's just
Airplane Starman.
Yeah, she's just this really warm, lovable kind of character, and the romance between them two, it adds to the tragedy, and it also adds to, you want Murray's character. The stakes are that bit higher because you want him to fucking get his fucking, you want him to get his fucking
redemption.
girl. You want him to get his redemption. You want him to get the girl. But
well, another thing, I don't mean to cut you off, Marty, that I really like about this is that we're deviating just a little bit. And I like the fact that this movie, while there are classic nods to the Dickens story, because we don't know that much about the girl that he loved in his past, with the story. We get very little information. Where this, we see their romance and what was before and what's after and what the problems are. And I like that. Dickens did it a little bit, but this kind of makes it feel very much.
The original character, the character of Belle, is only featured in
one note.
When they flash to the past, and he never gets to rekindle. Hey, Doc.
Hi, Doc.
We got another fantastic YouTuber in the chat there. If you haven't checked out Doc's channel, check him out. When it comes to horror, there is no better person to fucking do a review or to do a breakdown. They are super insightful, but best of all, they are super fucking funny. So make sure you fucking check out their channel as well.
They're very, very fun. They're brilliant and they're funny. That's not a better combination. They were doing the Silent Night, Deadly Night movies. I'm curious if you are going to be doing the new one. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the new one.
Oh, check out Jen's review. Oh, she is up there.
Wasn't a fucking. I was trying to plug Doc, actually.
I will check out Doc, obviously, but also check out Jen's review for.
Well, no, if Doc's doing a review, then go to, why go to fucking Great Value when you can go to, I don't know, what's a fancy brand, Marty? Dom Perignon, Don Perignon.
Waitrose. I don't fucking know. Look at Jen. I've got Christmas lights on my Alien versus Predator chess picture. You're not going to be seeing me fucking shopping at Sears. Anyway, so essentially the ghosts nudge Murray towards rekindling with his ex. And before he does that, he has a meeting with Robert Mitchum, the president of the. And
I
this
love that.
character, he is brilliant. He is so fucking funny because he is obsessed with cats, and that's paid off later on. He's like, Frank, do you know how many cats there are in the United States and how many of them might actually watch television? And Bill Murray's like, no, sir. Bill Murray is brown nosing this guy. And when the lift closes, I wish I could fire that poor bastard. I just love.
And we've all thought that. We've all kind of thought that. Doc, you might really like the new one. I did. Now, that's not saying anything. I've liked stuff other people haven't, but I thought this was a treat, and it actually improves on the original Silent Night.
It can't be worse than Orphan First Kill.
If you're not careful, I'm changing it, and we're going to be doing Silent Night, Deadly Night for our next one instead of Better Watch Out. So I wouldn't be such a smart mouth.
Okay.
Or better yet, I'll just put my vagina over that smart mouth of yours.
We could have kept it classy. We could have kept it classy.
But we couldn't.
So Robert Mitchum's character, I've been kind of positive about it. Oh, sorry. Let's see. There. Fingers crossed. So Robert Mitchum's character has Frank come to a dinner with this up and coming fucking other yuppie from LA, Bryce, played by the incomparable John Glover. If you haven't seen anything John Glover's in, you're missing out. The dude is great at playing villains. He played Slimeballs villains. He played Lex Luthor's father in Smallville. He wasn't so much of a villain. He was just he's kind of the same character, but not as malvoyant. He was a yuppie kind of douche in Gremlins 2, but he wasn't a bad guy. He actually turned out to be an okay dude. And
I loved him in that. That's one of my
He's always good at playing villains, but he's a guy who's literally gunning for Frank's. Yeah, he's gunning for Frank's job, and Frank starts hallucinating as it's coming closer to the time he has to meet the ghost. And the scene in the restaurant where he's like, he sees an eyeball in his vodka, and he thinks the waiter's on fire, and he's just freaking out. And John Glover's just delighted. John Glover's talking shop, but he's loving it. He's like, yeah, this guy's fucking cracking up, and I'm going to be able to get this guy's job, no bother. So Frank tears out of the restaurant and gets in what he believes to be an innocuous cab. And yeah, it's not so innocuous. Now, Jen digging up graves and digging up great facts. The ghost cabbie we got, I forget the actor's name. I need to fucking double check. But yeah, David Johansen, that's the actor. David Johansen. He was friends with Murray. Jen, who was originally supposed to be the ghost cabbie?
Sam Kinison was supposed to be, and this guy's good, and I don't think he gives a bad performance. He's real cute in the movie, but being the biggest, as you know, Marty, I'm a huge, Kinison was one of my all-time favorite great comedians, and I always would have loved to have seen what Kinison would have done with the role. I think he would have probably done it a little differently, and I would have been interested. It's a good time for me. I don't know if it's threatening for Marty. Is it threatening for you, darling? Just think of an octopus and my legs are just wrapped around your head. And I'm like, my vagina suction cup to your face. And if you scream, it just goes and tickles my vagina. Is your stomach
Hark,
getting better, by the way?
hark, the angels herald sing, join up to it. Anyway, I'm for fuck's
Like
sake.
a Christmas octopus, Marty.
At this stage, I should be shocked. I really should be shocked or like embarrassed, but at this stage, it's just like, it's like you kicking a paraplegic in the legs. It doesn't matter now. It's the feeling is gone.
I hope not. Let me stick my hand down your pants and
No,
see.
Jesus
Yes.
Christ. Anyway, so David Johansen. What did you think of David Johansen's Ghost of Christmas Past, though?
I thought he
I
was
know he's
really
no
fun.
Kinnison.
No, no. Well, I
What?
mean, who is? To be fair, like they would have done it. I think they would have done it very differently. I liked what he did. Actually, I thought he was cute. And then at the ending, when Karen Allen, he shows back up again at the end, and when Karen Allen needs a taxi, he's the one who shows up, and she's like, "Can you get me?" And he goes, "What floor?" I thought
No,
that
I
like
love
you
that.
that was cute.
That was cute. Ironically, just thinking about something as well. Kinnison did get to play a Ghost of Christmas Past in
Yes.
in something though, in Married with Children, right?
Yes, he did. He played the
Yeah.
guardian angel, which was perfect.
But so we're showing Frank's past. We're showing how Frank basically was raised by the TV. His father was very pragmatic and very work centric, but there was an element of affection there from his mum. So we see why Frank isn't a total and utter irredeemable arsehole. It's because of his mum. Then
Mhm.
later on, he's at the office party, and I'm just going to say Charlie from Charlie's Angels because I forget the poor actor's name. Charlie's like, "Oh, Frank, you shouldn't be working." And again, I love it. I love it because the blatant workplace misogyny is wonderful. It's there's one chick, she's up on a counter, she's singing, she's knocking back vodka, there's a guy behind her and he's doing this. You've got this real blonde wafy secretary sitting up on the photocopier printing out pictures of her backside and giving it to guys as Christmas presents.
Merry
Yeah,
Christmas! Pass this out.
yeah, it's like Jesus, that would not fly in today's workplace. I don't know would it have flown back in
Yes,
fucking
it would
the
have. It
80s.
would have, but that's
Okay,
about the last time it would have.
we were actually going to mention that as well, Larry. Larry points out that his brothers played both his brother and father in this film. Yeah,
Yep.
and he had another brother of his, John, turned up. We're not able to find out what role he played though.
Yeah, all three of his, and the brother, little brother in the film actually is his brother. Like that, I always thought that's kind of cute. The actual, yeah. So it's kind of a neat thing.
Again, it's just
Meta, very meta.
it is the thing I like though is that again, I don't know the actor's name. Charlie sees Frank's work ethic, and you see how Frank got to where he was. So
Mm.
it paid off in certain ways, but it was also negative in other ways. And then he meets Karen Allen. Now, Karen Allen calls him Lumpy, and the reason why is she decks him with a fucking shop door. And again, it's what's the term the kids back in 2010s called it? A meet cute? I don't know what the fuck. Fucking
I'm old, Marty. I don't know what their kids do anymore. I still
them.
don't know what the fuck 6'7" means.
Well, yeah, what is that? Will someone explain that to us in the fucking chat? If look, if kids are watching, fucking don't watch because this one is gonna just fucking But before you leave, before you
Holiday
flee,
octopuses. Literally.
Jesus
No,
fucking
that
Christ.
works on it. It's kind of, I didn't think of it till just now. It's a double entendre because, puss. Because I wrap because remember I told you I'm like an octopus. I'm gonna wrap my legs around your head and suction cup my vagina to your face and so octopus.
I just noticed we had an influx of viewers. So anyone coming in, we are not. This is not the plot of the 1988 Scrooged. Okay, no one gets fucked in the face by an octopus. Okay,
I'm not saying fuck. I'm just, just kind of more of a thing for me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, where were we? So, Karen Allen, the
Hi,
relationship
Brian.
between Karen Allen and Bill Murray. What do you think?
It's
I
real
think it's
sweet
really
and
nice and
wholesome.
cute.
It's real sweet
Hey,
and
Brian.
wholesome.
Kind of like ours, right?
Exactly. Well, no, actually, it kind of is. Like, it is kind of ours. We're
Yeah, but I
sweet.
wouldn't get you fucking kitchen knives though as a Christmas present.
That's true. You don't. You know me
You'd
too
fucking
well.
stab me with them.
You kind of would.
I know you'd fucking stab me. That's why I wouldn't.
I'd be like, well, I could use them for the channel. Guys, if anyone's doing any last minute shopping, no woman wants kitchen. And believe me, before I got with Marty, there was an asshole who actually did get me fucking kitchen stuff. Me of all fucking people.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. We try and make quality content, but this is what comes out instead.
I don't think there's any white stuff coming down my legs, Marty. I'm pretty sure.
Jesus fucking Christ. Right. Okay. Karen Allen. So basically, Frank. Jesus, please, Larry, please. Okay. You read it, Jen. You read it this time. Keep
it
me
originated
occupied.
from apparently an anchorman that was describing a baseball player. Oh, he's going to explain 6'7" to us. Okay, so it originated from apparently an anchorman that was describing a baseball player that was 6'7" playing as someone that was 6'2", but the way he did it, it was a meme, I believe. So why are the kids doing it? Basketball player? Oh, basketball player. Is it a sports thing?
Must be. I don't fucking know. We're the last person to be fucking. Either of us are the last people to be fucking discussing sports. But so Frank, in an effort to climb the fucking corporate ladder, it flashes forward. We see he's the mascot in a kids show, and his boss again. I apologize to the actor Charlie from Charlie's Angels goes, "Hey, you and your girl come to a party tonight. I got a stretch limo and everything." And Frank is pure elated by this, but Claire is like, "We made plans. It's Christmas. We're made plans." Well, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and Claire realizes, like the Dickens tale, that Frank is more concerned with his job, with his progression.
Ladder up.
Yeah. And she says maybe we should spend time apart, and he's just yeah. He's not even listening to her. Okay, yeah, just it's really sad and it's really cruel, and yeah, Frank. That's the first notch knocked off. Frank realizes that he was a shithead to her, and it. The other funny thing is he gets bouts of lucidity after these experiences, and it just fucking ends up making shit of the Scrooge production. I mean, the production wasn't going well to begin with, but like he ends up knocking some of the sets and destroying some of the sets. And again, Bryce is there, and he's like, "Yes, Frank's fucking breaking up. I'm gonna have his job in no time." But yeah,
he gets a woman that doesn't want the nipples on the solid gold dancers covered knocked out. And and Bill Murray does say to be sure her nipples are covered. That's a good line.
Yeah. That was funny. Do you think that was Donner and people, because those guys probably got their start in TV and they knew what it was like working in TV studios, and do you think it was their kind of middle finger to fucking censorship and having to deal with fucking the ratings board or the censorship board or whatever? This woman is basically pratfalled well, she has a happy ending. Not so much for Bryce, but we'll get into that later on as well. But do you think that was a big fucking middle finger to fucking the kind of stiff upper lip kind of fucking stick in the muds?
You got to remember that in the now this was the later 80s, but in the earlier 80s, like like Satanic Panic was the thing. Parents were protesting not only horror movies but also music, and they were also like just in my and that was 1984, my Silent Night Deadly Night. They had a group, formed a group. Censorship was a thing, and like moral outrage, and we've always had that, but it seemed to kind of really take off in the 80s. And I imagine for creative types like Donner and anyone who kind of is an artist, censorship is not a good thing. Like censorship is a really bad, like, oh, I'm really deep, censorship's a bad thing, but a real hot take, Jen, but you know what I mean. It is a bad thing if you're a creative and artist type. So yeah, it is probably a fuck you to the censors. Not to say that that's anything new of the
I
80s,
mean,
but it seemed like there was a moral outrage in the 80s to some degree. There was a lot of Karens before Karens was a thing.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But this poor woman is fucking wily coyoted throughout this fucking movie, and I love it. Also, Cody left a really nice comment there, Jen. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, thank
He
you.
says, "Hey Jen,
Thank
just
you.
to let you know, yeah, if any fans of Tales from the Crypt, go check out Jen's channel because she does some amazing breakdowns, and she's just starting to get her groove back again. So be sure to check that out. So
Have a
um
good editor.
for
Have a really good editor.
the wheels in the car don't matter if the engine ain't running. That's all I'll say. Um, but so Murray is like, fuck this. I'm gonna find my fucking girlfriend. She had come by earlier on,
Mm-hmm.
and he gave her a card. So he ends up going to this kind of, uh, I don't know,
Shelter.
well, shelter, yeah, homeless
Mm-hmm.
shelter, and we're bombarded by some great character actors. We're bombarded by Michael J. Pollard, who always played a homeless guy. If you wanted a lovable homeless guy, you got Michael J. Ballard. If you wanted a gruff, angry homeless guy, you got Buck Flower. We got Ballard in this. Oh, Doc Kaiju just has a thing here. We had the unveiling by Satanic Cult in my city in the early 80s and late 70s.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, oh, unaliving by a Satanic Cult. Oh,
Oh, and unalive. Oh, I
shit.
thought. I
Oh,
thought. Shit,
yeah, I
I
thought
read
it was
that wrong.
unveiling. Sorry, I read that wrong.
Yeah, I
Fucking
thought
hell.
that's what the. Oh shit. Yeah.
Was what was it, the Manson family or some other fucking thing, or I don't know.
Could
Fucking
a lot of cults. Cults are bad. Unless it's a sex cult. If it's just a nudist sex cult, those are okay usually. I've
yeah,
been trying
or
to get Marty to
political
join, but it's
party
a slow process.
masquerade. Fucking
I tell him it's be like Eyes Wide Shut.
uh,
Another Christmas movie, by the
but
way, guys. Next year we're doing it. I'm gonna wear a
Jesus fucking
mask
Christ.
and a cape.
Anywho, yeah.
Something wrong, darling?
So long. Okay, I'll do that Tom Cruise movie if yeah. So long as you don't. Hey, Trenchy. So long as you don't
Seriously.
get me to do the other Tom Cruise movie. So he goes to
But I
see
really
Karen
like
Allen
your
at this
hat,
shelter,
Marty.
and he meets. Thank you. I picked it especially for you. We've matching hats. I'm so. What did you think of the bit where they're pestering him to take off? They think he's Richard Burton, and Bill Murray just goes on the monologue, the Bill Murray monologue.
I liked it a lot, and I think it was just Bill Murray getting to flex a little bit because he does get to do that monologue, and it's cute. And I think they're friends in real life. I think they were friends in real life too, and it just plays. And I also like the thing where he talks about Elizabeth Taylor. That was a cute little thing as well. It was just what this movie is really cute touches and really great comedic timing. Like that's why this, and it
Mm.
has surprisingly because it has this sarcastic tone to it. It kind of the sarcasm highlights the heart and the contrast, and it does it better than if, again, like I was saying, I think that's what really impresses me about this movie is it's not that syrupy kind of icky stuff. And
Yeah,
syrupy and icky, there's a place for it, and some people really like it and whatever gets you through the world, but I've always enjoyed a little more caustic to my
yeah.
sentiment.
You want a bit of you want a bit of bite. Also, see you later, Brian. Thanks
Bye,
for stopping
Brian.
by, dude.
Happy holidays.
Mm, yeah, have a great Christmas, dude. Um, but so he's trying to talk to Claire, and she's obviously there. She's working. She's trying to help people, and she
Hmm.
has other kind of assistants coming up asking her questions, and this is pissing Frank off. And like at first, you think, oh, they're going to get back together, and then fucking asshole Frank comes back out and he's like, "Oh, you should fire those people." And she's like, "Oh,
They're
they're
volunteers.
volunteers." And he's
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, obviously they probably wouldn't be able to get a job. I guarantee you, they're like this every day of the year." And she's like, she's like, "You haven't,
Learned
you
anything.
haven't, yeah, you haven't learned anything." And he goes off, and she's still kind of, she still wants to go after him because she's like, she calls him Lumpy as he's going. She still has feelings for him, and you're like, Jesus Christ, man, fucking, just fucking kind of just take the fucking hint. But he goes back to the fucking studio, and he he ends up, on the set, and he is none too happy about Bryce, who has basically taken over the production, and he's getting annoyed, and everyone leaves set. The lights go out, and we're introduced to the ghost of Christmas Present, who I'm not trying to be a dick. This actress always
Carol
annoyed the
Kane.
shit out of me. She
Is
annoyed
it
the
her
shit out of me
voice?
as a kid.
Was it
Yes,
her?
the voice.
Now, Marty, I know there's viewers out there watching or will watch. It'll go, but look what you're with.
I like your sexy drawl. I like your sexy country drawl.
To be fair to you, I have heard other people say that that kind of baby voice does a little of it goes a very long way,
Mm.
and stuff. I think Carol Kane is cute. I think her and Bill Murray play off well together. She's very excitable. You know, she has this very much we kind of energy, and I like that she just beats the living shit out of Frank.
Yeah, it's funny. You like she's fucking punching him, and then it's like, okay, close your eyes and dream of sugar plums. And you think she's gonna blow fairy dust in his face, but no, she blows a glittered X on his cheek, so she has a better target to punch. And so he Frank ends up visiting different people through the holidays, and he gets to see his brother, and like the fact the brother, even though he's disappointed and let down, he still loves Frank the bits, even though
Hmm.
his girlfriend says, dude, like you ask him every year and he never does. He goes, he's still my brother. And it's like
Yeah,
he sent me a VCR and stuff, which he didn't. Which he didn't. Grace
it was
sent.
great. Yeah.
It was Grace. It's like, it's your brother. Send him a VCR. And again, they're doing the classic. It's a no, I like it. Again, everything is TV centric here. Even when he was visiting the past, we see that the TV raised him. But he's in the classic Scrooge tale, I think they're doing charades, whereas
Hmm.
this they're playing TV Trivial Pursuit,
Pursuit. Yeah,
and
they
it's
are
driving Frank nuts because, as I said, Frank was raised by
on
the
TV.
television. Yeah. What did you think of this scene? Was a nice twist on the kind of the Ghost of Christmas Present scene with the game.
I liked it, and like you said, very much a twist. And I also like it. It kind of works for TV because fun little fact. You know, the brother's girlfriend or wife, the actress playing her. I can't think of her name, but where she also was in a show called Dream On, which was about a guy who always like it was like a male version of Sex in the City back in the '90s, and he would have like TV stuff or old movie clips in his head to solve problems dealing with relationships. So it's kind of a cool parallel. I'm
Kind
sure it was
of
just a weird thing that happened, but that was I always thought. Oh, I was going to tell you when we were watching it. Yeah, she's from a show called Dream, which was an HBO show.
I recognize the actress. I think she's in a lot of sci-fi. I think she was in Babylon 5 as well. I don't know.
She might have been. I don't know.
But yeah, so he goes from there, and then he goes to Grace's house, and he sees how Grace's family spends Christmas, and it's again, it's very warm and very loving. And
Mhm.
you see Grace's son, he's mute, but he is far from
Dumb.
intellectually impaired. In fact, he is he is super smart. There's a puzzle that none of his siblings can do, and he's able to do it like that.
Hmm.
And again, you see the barriers in Frank breaking down. And he's like, oh, maybe she's, what was it? Maybe she's due a raise. And
Super
Carrie
raised.
Kane's like, what the fuck? And she slaps him.
She's
Okay,
like,
possibly.
perhaps, probably. Yeah,
She starts wailing on him. And
yeah.
it's cute. And again, you get to see that this mother works her ass off, but she doesn't let that destroy
Harden
her
her.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a fun mom when she has time. And another thing it shows is this family has virtually nothing, and it's a big family except love. Like that's literally pretty much they have each other and love, and yet they're still happy. And it's a good message for Christmas. That really that's what it's about.
Yeah, she okay. Her voice annoys me, but you are dead right, Trenchy. She is great when she beats the shit out of him.
She's
And
a very
again,
good physical character, like the physical comedy. I've seen her do physical comedy before, and she can do it just as good as Chevy Chase and some of the other greats. She's very good at physical comedy.
she's got a presence. But going back to what you're saying, the family don't have much, but they have love. But I think that encompasses the novel as well, the original Dickens
It
novel.
does very
And
much. Bob
and
Cratchit.
then
Bob Cratchit.
yeah, and then and I think you appreciated this because it takes a fucking really dark twist. Frank ends up in a sewer system and comes by Michael J. Pallard's character, who is literally frozen to death. He had asked Frank for I think
A couple
$2
bucks.
earlier on, and he had frozen. And Frank is like, he's talking to him, but he's talking to himself. You should have gone back to Claire. You would have been safe there. You would have been happy. He's talking to him, but he's also talking to himself. And it's like, what did you think of the scene? Because it was pretty dark as well, considering what we'd seen so far. Did you appreciate that? Did you? Because as
Yes,
you said, you don't like the saccharin. You don't like them too kind of syrupy.
I don't, and I did appreciate that, and I appreciate when kind of film that's it's not geared to like little kids, but it's a family film, and I appreciate it when films like this respect the audience enough to go, okay, kid, this is a little, and we also got, I really do believe, I'm a very big believer that you got to show kids the ugly side too to appreciate the beauty in life. It's a yin yang thing, and I like it when movies actually have the balls to do it, in a way that kids will understand, but not show them that it's not always happy endings, guys. And this does happen. People do freeze on the streets in colder cities, homeless people. This happens all the time. It's real life. And it also shows you to like appreciate what you have. Like you said, Bill Murray's telling him, but he's also kind of telling himself, like, you can have this, this wonderful, warm, caring person that you're walking away from time and time again. Because at the end of at the end of your life, the money isn't going to hold you, or you're going to
No,
make memories with it. That
no, it's
sounds
not.
very Hallmarky. Jesus Christ! Ew! Sentiment, get
Shit.
it away!
Is it possible I'm rubbing off on you? Don't even think about it. I, I just, whoa. I just stopped my horse before it went over the cliff. Um, anywho,
Marty's having trouble with his stomach. I don't know why.
God damn. Anyway,
And he can't drink.
no,
Therein lies the paradox.
So Bill Murray arrives back.
I'm still thinking about rubbing off on you.
Jesus. Bill Murray returns to his present time, and he is Jesus fucking Christ, Jen, please. He ends up totaling the production of the fucking the Scrooge production. So fucking Bryce, who is now absolutely sure that he's got this in the bag. Frank is fucking finally cracked. He gets Grace to bring fucking Frank up to his penthouse office, and Frank is reminiscing and thinking about stuff and looking at the lovely gift his brother got him, a picture of them when they were
That he made with
kids.
his own two hands.
And Bobcat Goldthwait's Elliot Loudermilk turns up, and the dude's rocking a double barrel shotgun, and he's again throughout this movie as well. We've gotten vignettes with this character. We've gotten vignettes where he's donated blood to get money passed out and had the money taken off him. He got a bottle of hooch, hardcore hooch, in a paper bag, and a car comes by. I know I did, Cody. I walked into that one.
Oh God, I only wish you would. God, I only wish you would. Okay, we'll analyze it. Can I do one thing and then I'll get it out of my system? Let me just rock back and forth with my legs in the air for a minute.
And where's that mute button?
Wee!
Jesus Christ!
I just need to get it. The rocking motion will kind of help.
Okay.
Is this going in? God damn it, Jen.
This is just going to be a solo episode of God damn it, Jen. I gotta ring my cardiologist. I'm having fucking heart palpitations. Okay, give me 1 sec. Anyway. No. Jesus Christ. May I continue?
Yeah. I don't need to rock for a few, but probably when we get off,
What did you think about that? Jesus fucking Christ. What did you think about... What did you think about the segments with fucking Elliot Loudermilk's character?
What I liked about it, because basically Bill Murray in a minute is going to, get with the last ghost, and he's going to, and actually there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. See, I can do this. There's a couple things, because he tells Claire back at the shelter, you want some advice, Claire?
Oh, I wish, Cody, I wish. Adderall.
Is that like what Cosby put in those drinks? Anyway, you're throwing me off. It's very unprofessional. So, no, he's saying, you want some advice, Claire? Scrape them off. And it's a pretty heartless scene. And then we're at the scene where he sees his own, corpse being, thrown into the fire, literally incinerated. And then he comes back and he's like, I'm alive.
No. You're jumping ahead because before, like, it's funny, he's like, I donated blood, my girlfriend left me. I think, oh, your day is bad, my day is much worse. And you're saying this to a man with a double barrel shotgun, and he's just fucking. I love the vignettes with Goldthwait's character leading up to this. You see this decent human being slowly mutate into this fucking shotgun-wielding psychopath.
Well, it kind of, again, it goes back to the line of, he goes, I think you and me are a little alike. You can kind of see the parallels right there. It's kind of a smart thing. But I do like all that, and I do like the interaction played, but I do like it after he sees the him being, and just his brother and his wife are the only ones there to watch the body burn. And, he gets out, and it's a great shot. He's in the elevator. I'm alive. And then, Bobcat Goldthwait's there with the shotgun, not for long.
That is a great line. The thing I also wanted to say is, out of all the ghosts, my favorite in this is the ghost of Christmas Future, because early on Frank gets a kind of fake scare of this Grim Reaper, but it's the dude for the production of Scrooge, whereas he bumps into the actual ghost and he thinks it's another part of the production. But first off, he opens up the guy's robe and there's these tormented spirits trapped within the ribs of it, and they're terrifying. And he's like, yeah, people are going to complain. We're going to get complaints for this. And then he looks up and it's pretty cool. The ghost doesn't have like a skull face per se. He's got a TV screen that puts a skull or a kind of decompose. It changes to different visages of monstrous visages. And I loved it because it reminded me, and anyone in the chat, if you had these growing up, it reminded me of the supernatural figurines from Tonka. You got these characters in cloaks, and they had weapons and hands that glowed in the dark, but the body was a holographic sticker. It was basically like a mirror, a holographic mirror, and that's what he reminded me of. The yeah, he kicked ass. The Ghost of Christmas Future in this reminded me of the Supernaturals. Now, again, I'm an old man, so that's probably I'm on. Anyone in the chat, did any of you guys have Supernaturals growing up or play with Supernaturals? I love them. They kicked arse. Myself, my friend used to be scared of the commercial Supernaturals. It was this glow in the dark face on a matte black background. But yeah, I love the design. What did you think? Do you think that was a cool design, or do you think?
Oh, I love the design, and it reminded me kind of Henson in a way. That's is what I thought of when
Yeah,
I was a kid. It kind of reminded of the darker stuff, because Henson did some dark stuff too. It reminded me of that. And then what my favorite though is at the ending when you get the shot of them at the ending, and then you see them, and they're all. I love that. We'll
yeah,
talk about
they've got the Christmas decorations and stuff.
and they're all
Trent,
happy, and they're so cute. I thought, see, they never scared me. I thought they were cute, even when they were supposed to be
of
scary.
course, of course, of
I'm not
course.
lying. I did. I thought they were cute. I was like, oh, I want to make them as pets. I'll name them.
Trenchy says his favorite ghost was the cabbie.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of people did. Did you have the one from the real Ghostbusters, darling?
I did not. I did not have that one. I have a lot of fucking real Ghostbusters figures, but I didn't have that one. My favorite being this guy here, this Postman, like scary Hang on, what the heck? There we go. That's Mail fraud
He has
ghost.
boobs. Marty, do that again. He's got boobs.
He's got tit eyes.
Ooh.
I love the Ghostbusters. But Jesus Christ, I'm giving you an ocular exam. Anyway, so we kind of glazed over the future. So Frank sees, obviously he sees his own death. That's a classic trope.
Yeah.
But instead of Tiny Tim, Grace's son, dying, obviously because he didn't get the medical help he needed, or he wasn't properly diagnosed, he's in a psychiatric ward, which I think
Yes.
is actually far more
Worse.
chilling than, yeah.
I do too. And you got to remember back when Carol Kane said, is he going to be, when Bill Murray asked Carol Kane, is he going to be all right? And she goes, that's up to him. Only he can break the spell. That's a really good analogy for mental illness as well. And that's basically what it's a little bit of a psychosis, because he saw his father shot and he doesn't talk since then.
Mm-hmm.
He hadn't talked for 5 years.
No, you put Cody, trust me. I done a deep dive into the real Ghostbusters line, and there are so many figures. There's so many. Jen, fucking Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I'm the only one who gets the Christmas box off you, not the rest of fucking.
Don't worry, I'm not doing it high enough. I'll do it higher when we're off the thing.
Jesus Christ. And he also sees Claire has turned into a very bitter kind of angry woman. And again, that's the implication as well, that avarice and greed
infect other people.
Infectious. Yeah, it's yeah, I know, Trench. I know, I've been around long enough, but sometimes I just forget. So yeah, again, whatever about destroying himself, he's going to destroy other people as well. Do you think? I was speculating because of the Richard Burton thing. Do you think that's why they made Claire up looking like a kind of Liz Taylor?
I
Looking,
do. I think it might have been a cool little nod, and it's actually again, this is a family movie. It's a comedy, but it's pretty smart. Even with all of that, it's still smart, and it has some good insight. And like you said, it shows that it can be infectious, and what we leave to people isn't always great gifts. And what he would have left her, Claire, is to change her very nature and the kindness and erode it and the bitterness, from what his actions are. Again, we're all kind of like fucking ripples in a pond.
yeah,
I can't get
they're
any more fucking hallmarky.
oh, well, it's true. Well, yeah. Do you what? Do you what? I'm just gonna fucking say this right now. You put yourself out as this badass horror fucking reviewer, and you are 100%. You are this
Flesh
badass.
cookies, incest
Yes,
flesh
yes.
cookies.
Okay, okay, and I believe that. I believe you like that stuff, but
I love it.
I also believe that I think I think that some of it, I think some of it is a defense mechanism that you've put up because you are such a nice sweetheart of a fucking person.
Marty, did you not hear me when I said I wanted to put a corpse like up on my Christmas tree and, bang it, nail it to my Christmas tree like a
You know,
necromantic?
you know what? You're right. You're a
I think
miscreant.
that's more your
You're a
song.
miscreant. It's a fucking yeah, fucking. She is a softie. She's one of the nicest, kindest people you could ask for. But don't tell her I said that, because Uh,
Marty, I
uh,
told you if one of us dies, we get to have the necrophiliac clause, right?
she's a big softie who's very lovable, but also kind of fucked in the head. Anyway, so
Drink to
where
that.
were we? So Trenchy agrees with me.
Oh, well, Trenchy's kind. One of the
It's
kindest
no,
people.
it's true. It's true. Anyone who knows you knows you're one of the nicest, most decent people going on the planet. Hey, Roddy Riles.
He might have just been agreeing with the part, the fucked in the head part, Marty.
My God, doesn't fucking
Negate.
it
I
doesn't
can make big
negate.
words. Wee!
Use them $10 words.
Just
So
like that bear Billy Shakespeare.
so so Frank comes out of experience with the Ghost of Christmas Future and ends up teaming up with Elliot Loudermilk to essentially hold the backstage crew hostage so he can go out and deliver a message to the people watching the Scrooge television show. And again, I think if it was anyone else, it would just, as you said, come across as saccharine and
Mm-hmm.
insincere. This doesn't, and
No,
it's fun, it's bouncy, it's there's something genuine to it. Like, yeah, he's talking about, like, why the hell are you watching TV? Go meet someone. And his boss, Robert Mitchum, is like, this fucking dude's fired and shit. And it's funny because, like, it's Scrooge's actions they have his redemption, and the kind of actions of his redemption have a very small arc, but this is like he is doing his damnedest to fucking tell people, look, anyone can do anything to make a world a better place. And it's nice. Maybe it's an old-fashioned view, maybe in this day and age where we have assholes telling us that fucking human compassion is weakness and stuff like that. Maybe it is an old fashioned value, or maybe it's something we do need to hear now more than fucking ever. I don't know.
I
Called
think we
me old
do.
fashioned.
And no, and I think even people there's a lovely story. Well, not a lovely story, but Richard Kuklinski. He was a mafia contract killer. I'm going somewhere with it. I'm driving somewhere. Just take a minute. His daughter talked about, and he did horrible things and everything, but he also was doing it so his family would have a very comfortable life. But his daughter had some sort of ailment. Real sudden came on, and they had to be at the hospital. And of course, because he had money, he had the very best, and there was some poor kid that had absolutely no money, and it was back in the 60s or 70s, and like because they couldn't pay their hospital bill, they cut off the television for this kid that was essentially dying. And the Richard Kuklinski didn't know this kid; they just happened to be in the same vicinity, and he paid for it. He said, "God, he just got so even a murderer can have compassion." That's basically what I'm saying. Even people like that occasionally can show some decent kindness.
It's yeah, well,
Well,
it's it's kind of sad when you think about it. When a cold-blooded killer is like, yeah, let the kid have TV, and there's a dude who owns an entire social media platform who's telling people compassion is the greatest weakness of Western society.
yeah.
You're kind of like, where the fuck did we go wrong?
Oh, a lot of things, Marty. But that's what I not to say that there aren't some people that are unredeemable. There are a few, but but I think the majority of people can still see the light. There's always time. There's always hope for most people. Not always, but I think a good chunk of people, there's always hope. And, you can always be a better person if you want to be.
Yeah, yeah. You need to want
We
it.
go on interesting time. We
No,
go.
we do. Like we're more than like fucking dirty innuendo and grotty fucking B movie flicks. We're that for the most of it, but like we can have a
You,
nugget of truth every once in a while. Um, but yeah, I like this movie. I like the ending. I like the message,
I do
and
too.
again, it captures the Dickens classic and turns it on its head, but doesn't lose the essence. A weaker director might lose the essence. A weaker director might fucking just either go full tilt in the comedy and lose the heart of the Dickens story, or go the other way and lose the humor. Also, guys, I don't know. I always try and shout this person up. Rowdy Riles, if you're looking for figure reviews that don't BS, that don't fucking give you, the false positivity on an action figure, go check out their channel. They don't fucking beat around the bush. They
Ooh.
don't fucking no, Jen. They don't. They don't. They won't. If the figure is shit, they'll tell you it's shit. They won't
Mhm.
fucking pretend it's great, and they do great reviews, and they're super genuine, and they're super pragmatic when they come to the reviews. So make sure you check them out. And yeah, we can be like an onion, Trenty, like an onion.
Ooh. You can peel me anytime.
Jesus fucking Christ. Aye.
Ah.
But um, all in all, do you think a younger audience would appreciate this, or do you think maybe in this
Again, sorry, I don't mean
one?
to cut you. I think maybe not everybody, but I think if you found the right kid, we had this discussion when we were talking about Ernest. Remember with Eric, we had
Mhm.
this discussion, and I think it's if you raise, and God, I really do sound like an old fart, but if you raise them right and take time to show your kids, this is what we grew up on, and see this, and it might not always hit for them, but I think those kids that you take the time will have a more of an appreciation than the kids that don't. And I think that probably today's audience, maybe some of them wouldn't, but I think there would be. I think there is some people that would appreciate it.
Where does this like? Where does this lie for you in adaptations of Christmas Carol?
This one and a Muppet's, surprisingly, but Lisa's right too. This one and a Muppet's Christmas Carol are probably some of the best adaptations of the, and they're actually, people think of it, but I think both of these are actually very true. They do their own thing with them, but they still manage to stay very close to the heart. And I think if Dickens were somehow resurrected, I think he would give his seal of approval to both of them. And I don't know that he would with every incarnation of the story, but I think both Scrooge and Muppet's Christmas Carol, he'd be like, yeah, I'm cool with this.
Again, I think it's something that just, it's a movie that doesn't fucking it doesn't. Again, I love the Muppets one, but
Mhm.
it does retread
Yes.
verbatim the Dickens story, where
But what
this
I
tries.
appreciate about that is we keep it like it, but it still packages it to kids who might not
Yeah.
otherwise appreciate Dickens and might go and read Dickens later on, and holds on to a lot of the language. And this is the reason why it's kind of like a same two different sides of the same coin. This one takes it and gives it a really big breath of fresh air, but still being respectful to the source material, but not
Mm.
retreading it like most other productions do.
Yeah, you don't want to be like fucking a copy and trace job.
Yeah.
Um, we're going to get into what we're going to be doing, and Trench, I'm going to send you the link to the back room here because I want to talk to you about something. If you're free, just let me know in the chat. But before I do that, if anyone is still looking for some festive stream goodness, go to the Horror Cat Dad's channel and check
Yes.
out his live stream. I'm going to leave a link here. He is going live watching Bad Santa, and I think he's got some cool people on there. And
And Larry's a hell of a nice guy. On top of that, he's just a hell of a nice guy.
Larry, again, fucking, when it comes to figure collectors, you couldn't ask for a better reviewer. The dude has a wide variety of stuff. And yeah, he kicks arse. The fucking bastard got his hands on the fucking samurai predator from Hunting
I'm
Ground.
still looking. I'm still looking.
No, don't fucking, you're not spending money on NECA figures for me because they're too fucking dear. Don't fucking, no. No, it's like,
Oh God, I hope you
well, I
don't
was
unwrap those packages.
Christ. Anywho, I'm but so I've changed plans, and Jen's going to be surprised. So I was thinking of doing a watch along, and then I was thinking of doing something else. But you know what? The
What?
essence of Christmas is to be with your friends. So Christmas Eve, I'm going to do a live stream, and I'm going to get Trench in. I'm going to get some other people. And the topic is going to be, there's going to be two full topics,
Ooh,
and one of them we've done already. The first topic is going to be our favorite Christmas music and songs.
okay.
And the second topic is going to be favorite Christmas commercials
Okay.
from
I
throughout the
like both of
years.
those.
So
And
I
you don't see streams like that. Like I like that idea
no,
because you don't see people when these are topics that haven't been done to death. I like that.
and it's going to be they're springboard topics. So again, we'll go off the cuff. Trenchy will be there. We'll try and get Joey as well, because Joey's another
Yes.
fantastic person.
And
Absolute
Ethel, maybe.
yeah, Ethel, most definitely Ethel as well. And
Can I
whoever's
come?
around. See, you using the word come is basically like
What do you
Ray
mean,
Charles.
darling?
No. You using the word come, asking me a question, is like Ray Charles trying to go through a fucking minefield. So I'm not going to even address that. Let's see what Doc Kaiju says, okay?
You can buy me a NECA figures. I still need the NES
And yes,
Godzilla, NES Godzilla, and the green glow in the dark Godzilla. If I ever see any on a markdown, sure. I sometimes
well,
run across markdown stuff.
Ross's, you'd
Mhm.
be surprised. Although Rowdy was pointing out that Ross's, there seem to be cutting back on that now a lot lately.
Now Ross is like the one that it's not in my town, but it's the closest Ross's I have. For Jaker's birthday, he got a NECA Dracula, the black and white. He got a King Kong and something else. I can't. And they had the Wolfman and a few others there. When it was, so there was a few things there for in our. But every Ross's is I think different. You might find something at one and not necessarily another. But
I I did the Neki King Kong. I prefer my McFarlane. I don't know why. I just love this dude better.
he's cool.
Yes, he's essentially a statue, but I just love that maw. Um, for this version, for the NECA version, they stuck with the main kind of design for King Kong, whereas McFarlane done an amalgamation of the prototype and the finished one. So you got this really cool kind of mixture. But yeah, and so that's what we're going to be doing for Christmas Eve.
Very cool.
We're going to be discussing commercials, and we're going to be discussing our favorite Christmas music. And I will be joined by my gorgeous co-host, who
So I will get to come.
you will be allowed to attend. Yes.
On your penis?
Fucking Ray Charles going through that minefield. Don't come back no more, no more.
I wouldn't say it's a minefield. I keep mine pretty nicely, neatly trimmed.
That's some bad bush.
There ain't no people with black pajamas in there hiding in there.
Oh, for the love of God.
I'm
Anywho.
proud of myself with that. It's like a callback.
Anywho. So also probably coming up fairly soon, I'm going to be doing a review of action figures that some gorgeous lunatic sent me. And
Who did
yeah.
that?
And yeah, also this gorgeous, wonderful fucking human being has an excellent review of the new Silent Night, Deadly Night, as well as the review for that movie. She does a deep dive into the original Silent Night, Deadly
Not as
Night.
deep as I'd like you to go into me, but you know, I try.
Fa la 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 la.
You and Trenchy might decide it's just you, Trenchy, and Joey and Ethel and whoever else.
Anywho, what else is going to be unleashed on your channel in the coming days?
I'm gonna take the high road. What is going to be coming up is there might be a few other videos, but I'm not going to make any promises. But what I will tell you, there's going to be at least 2 other videos before the end of the year. And longtime viewers know I like to end the year on telling you what the best of the horror is and what the worst of the horror is. And we always do the worst first because we like to end the year on this channel with as much positivity as we can. And God knows this year we needed it. So those 2 videos for sure. And maybe because I'm still playing catch up, there's a couple of movies I want to see before we do the best list. So you might get a stray review, and I'm going to try to do the last Tales from the Crypt episode. We're on the last Tales from the Crypt of season 1. I'm going to try, but that's going to be a hard one because that one is probably my least, even though it's one of my favorite directors directing the episode, it's my least favorite. Not because it's a bad episode, it's just the subject matter is pretty hard in this particular episode. So Collection Complete is a hard one.
So be sure to check it out. I was surprised the first season only had 6 episodes.
Yes, it's a short one.
And did they expand the episode roster as the seasons went on?
Yes, we'll have a longer chunk of episodes in season 2.
Oh, Doc Kaiju doesn't know so we are, so I live in another continent, not only another house. I'm in Ireland, Kaiju, and Jen is in New Mexico. So, and how long? 5, 6 years? 6 years. Jesus Christ.
Don't act like you don't know. We're coming up to 6 years, darling.
6 years.
6 whole years. 6 when you say it like that.
I shot it 6 times. 5 times, whatever the fuck.
And it's flown by, hadn't it, darling?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Fucking breeze. Like a summer's breeze.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
We'll remedy that, won't we? Where the whole big body of water won't be separating us, except the body of water that's coming out of my vagina. But that's not water. That's like love juice. Lubricant, love lubricant. I guess that's a better way to call it.
I wonder, am I too old to start smoking crack?
I don't think it'd fuck with your stomach.
What's up with you? I got glaucoma. Um, let's see. Let's see. Well, they're in different rooms and homes, I guess. You say. So I guess that's fitting in. Yeah, yeah. See, Trench is getting all philosophical on us. So
And
before
we're
we
life
go,
partners. We're like married, and in death we're death partners. Marty already signed a contract.
I signed no such fucking paper.
You
I
did.
signed nothing. I say nothing, woman. But yeah, guys, as I said before, if you get a chance and you're looking to do some more festive streams, go over to Larry's channel, the Horror Cat Dad. Him and Papa Gogo, I think that's his name. He's a Funko Pop collector. He's super nice dude as well.
Mm.
They're going to be watching Bad Santa. So go over there, check them out. They're top fucking lads and they're good crack. And before I
What about you,
go,
Marty? What about
what
you?
about
Do
me?
you? Yeah.
I'm probably going to be doing action figure reviews. I don't know if I'm going to be doing any other kind of reviews. I'll see. I was toying with doing a video game review, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I'm gonna have the time to fucking get around to it. I'll see, because fucking Christmas, you have everything coming out of your fucking ears. But before I go, guys,
And
I
other
just
parts.
before I go, I
This was a very horny episode tonight. I didn't plan it that way. It just was.
it's warm in heart and warm between the legs. So just want to
Woo!
say thank you to the people who stopped by. We had the incomparable Doc Kaiju. We had Cody Bishop.
Woohoo.
I've decided I'm going to highlight people because I'm fucking going fucking, I don't know, fucking Alzheimer's, I think. Kal-El Daly, another great guy. Let's see, who else did we had Larry. Again, be sure to check out Larry's stream later on tonight. Who else? I just don't make sure I don't skip anyone. Acres of Movies. We had Acres in the
And
chat.
Brian.
Stacy was in the chat there.
And
So,
Doc and
another
Doc Mortis.
Brian Kubrick lover. And I just go down. We had Doc in the chat. And Trenchy, obviously. And
And the guy in
if
the
I'm
trench
forgetting
coat that
anyone, I
always
apologize.
watches.
Fucking dude in a trench coat. Jesus Christ, you fucking. Aye. But again, guys, thanks for it was a fun stream, in no small part to the fun, fantastic, gorgeous, and brilliant woman I do the streams with, and to everyone who stopped in. I don't want to sound like some cliched Hallmark motherfucker, but it's ye guys coming in, it's ye guys interacting, it's ye guys coming in, chatting, having the crack with us that I think makes the streams as well.
I agree. I totally agree. And me sticking my legs up in the air is fun.
Don't do that. Look, I can cover you for only so long, okay? But
and happy holidays to all you guys. Happy holidays.
We hope to see you on Christmas Eve. Come back again if you're free Christmas Eve. Again,
y'all come back now. You hear?
I love your country twang. I love you. You know again. Merry Christmas, Doc Kaiju. Make sure to come back Christmas Eve if you can, because you think this is off the hook. I'm putting 2 very fucking slimline springboard topics, and Jen's probably just going to do what the fuck she wants, because it's Jen. Anyway, so with that, good night, take care, and you guys are awesome. Bye
Merry
now.
Christmas.
Sláinte bhaile.
Happy holidays. Penis. Happy penis.